Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and we have something very cool to take a look at today. As you can see, a really nice big Jurassic Park logo right here on the front of the box, but I'm sure by now you already know exactly what we're looking at since you saw the thumbnail and the title of the video. This is the Chronicle Collectibles Hatching Velociraptor statue, and it's something that I was really interested in getting a hold of as I have the older release as far as the eggs go. They did release a Jurassic Park Velociraptor egg that was unhatched, and then they were planning on releasing the hatching version as well. And thanks to my friend Todd, who actually helped me out by offering to sell one to me. He gave it to me at a great price, and I could not pass up the offer. I got a hold of it, and since I have the unhatching egg, I really did want to get a hold of the hatching egg as well. So we are here now to take a look at it. And again, really nice Jurassic Park logo right here on the front of the box. If we start to turn it, even though it's sideways, you can see a nice image here. Actually, let's just turn it the right way. You can see a nice image here of the Velociraptor hatching, as well as Life Finds a Way. Dr. Ian Malcolm is the man credited for that quote, and then Raptor Hatchling 1-to-1 scale replica, Jurassic Park right here. And then if we keep on going, Life Will Not Be Contained, yet again, Dr. Ian Malcolm, and then another really nice image of the Jurassic Park Velociraptor, as well as a really nice InGen logo down there on the bottom right-hand corner. And then we come around to this side, and we have a little bit of information on the release itself on the Raptor Hatchling, and of course Chronicle Collectibles are the ones to bring this to us here. So the box is absolutely awesome, and I'm certain the statue contained within will be also quite awesome. So let's go ahead, break it out of the box, and take a look at it. So here is the base, and the base is really quite large, I will say that. I mean, it's not super huge, but it's definitely very heavy, and overall impressive, I will say, as far as both the size and, again, the weight goes. Very nice looking base for this Raptor hatchling egg to go onto. And then, if we move the camera up a little bit, we've got our hatchling Velociraptor egg right here. And there is our raptor. And at first glance, it looks really nice. If we could focus on it a little bit better there. Really nicely done. Definitely a very interesting looking statue. Something that I don't believe anyone has really tackled before as far as these kind of more popular statue companies go. So that is really cool on the part of Chronicle to create something like this and give us the opportunity to own the actual hatching Velociraptor from the film. But the only way to really truly tell how nice this is of course with a closer look. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So bringing the raptor itself up here and taking a look at it, you can see that as far as the actual skin texture and everything goes up here on the face, it does look really quite nice and does have some really beautiful detail to it for the most part. You can see that the actual minute detailing is quite nicely done overall. Beautiful detailing right there in the eye socket as far as like kind of some skin folding and everything going on. You can also see that the lower jaw has some pretty nice looking scales to it, as well as the upper side of the head here. You can see the teeth inside the mouth right there. The teeth don't actually look like they have any actual paint to them as far as like the coloration goes, other than what the body color is. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it kind of looks like it doesn't. But the teeth, as far as the sculpt goes, they do look really quite nice. You can see inside the mouth, the detailing on the inside of the mouth is actually quite beautifully done as well. The tongue looks really cool. Very nice looking sculpt as far as that tongue goes, as well as some pretty impressive paintwork on it in there. From what you can see, the mouth isn't really that large. It's not open very wide either, but you can see for the most part how nicely done that tongue is and the overall really nicely textured appearance to it, as well as, again, very nice paintwork to the figure. You can also see that as far as the raptor goes, it's primarily like this kind of like an off-white color, and then kind of includes like even a lighter tone of color sort of within, and like a few different variations of like reds and stuff throughout the head, again giving it that kind of bloody appearance to it as it's hatching, giving it that very yolky type of a blood-like look. And again, it's exactly the way it looks as far as that kind of bloody look to the way the Velociraptor actually looked in Jurassic Park when it was hatching. So as far as accuracy goes, I think they have done a pretty darn good job recreating this scene and bringing it to life here in statue form. You can see that the nostrils are sculpted out quite nicely up here on the snout of our Velociraptor. And look at the eyes. The eyes are really nicely done. Probably one of the best parts, best features of this overall is how nicely detailed the eyes are. And again, both eyes look the same way, and you can see they are nicely glossed. So very beautiful looking as far as the eyes go. I think they did a good job with what appears to be a decal, and the way they've applied it there looks very, very nicely done. As you move back here into the rear of the neck, you can see the ear right there a little bit, and also some more really nice skin texture, lots of really nice kind of skin creasing and everything in the neck region of our Velociraptor, as well as sort of the spinal column back here, almost hidden. And I love the way they kind of have like the eggshells creeping up off of the back as it's breaking the eggshells out. Again, very reminiscent of the way it looks in the film, and it's beautifully placed, and they stay there nice and solid. So the overall appearance is nicely preserved. It's not something that will fall off or anything, and it's nothing that you have to do yourself. It's already there, and it looks really cool the way they've done that. You can also get a good idea of what the skin texture looks like over here on this side, and again, the many different variations of reds, like that bloody type of a look kind of leaking all over the dinosaur. You can see the underside of the lower jaw, and the dinosaur looks extremely thin like it looked in the film as well. You can also see the throat of our Velociraptor as you move down there into the neck region. The hands are kind of like right here in front of us, so we might as well take a look at them. The arm, actually, as you look here at the inside of the body, you can see the arm looks really nice. You can see actually, again, a few variations of red right there. It looks like a darker red has been used as like a wash, and then a lighter red over top of it, and it really does give it a pretty darn realistic appearance. Very nice arm sculpt, beautiful skin texture on the arms as we move out here into the hands, and the hands look really good as well. Nicely painted nails on the hands as well with a brownish coloration, and they kind of appear to have like a few variations of that color within, so it does look really nice. And the overall body has a beautiful gloss coat to it, giving it that very realistic kind of shine, that wet look like it had in the film and like it would have if a real dinosaur were hatching in front of us. I also love that you can see the egg kind of breaking off here in the front, and the raptor's hands are kind of holding the egg in place as far as those broken eggshells. That looks really cool also. And then if you look down here, you can get an idea of the chest and starting into the stomach region of the raptor, and the nice skin texture in that area as well. And then we can see back here a little bit of the side of the raptor, again some more blood kind of all over the place as far as that yolky type of a look, and that's about all we can really see of the raptor. You can also see the inside has a few different variations as far as like that pool of the yolk that the dinosaur is sitting in, but you can kind of see the inside there. There you go, you can see a good shot there of it in there. And again, the inside of the egg also looks pretty cool, but I think the raptor, of course, would be the star attraction here as far as this goes. The egg itself also is really nicely textured and looks very similar to the previous egg release from the Chronicle Collectibles line, but I think there's a little bit less color to this one as opposed to the previous egg, as the previous egg had just a little bit of extra color to it, but this one I think still looks really quite nice. An overall very beautiful appearance to the egg, and I think I'm going to probably take the old egg once I can pull it out of the storage unit and take a few pictures of it with this egg outside, maybe post them to the Andy's Dinosaur Reviews Instagram, so make sure you check out my Instagram account to see those images. But again, the raptor itself is absolutely awesome as far as I'm concerned, very impressive overall as far as both the sculpt and paintwork. And then you have the base, and the base just kind of has like this sort of a rocky type of an area. It looks like more like stone, so it's more like a wall or something from Jurassic Park. I'm not really too sure exactly what the inspiration is for, but it still looks quite nice, and it's quite nicely sculpted. Doesn't really appear to have too much color difference to it, though, as far as like the grays used. And then a beautiful Jurassic Park logo right here front and center on the front of the base, just to make sure that you know that this is as awesome as it can be. And then we look at the underside, Jurassic Park Raptor Hatchling Limited Edition. I do have the box, the shipper box, but I'm not positive what limited edition number this is. I didn't check to see if the number was on there. It doesn't state on the bottom. But regardless, the base and the Raptor itself are both awesome, and I am super happy now to have this in my collection. As far as applying your Velociraptor egg to the base, you can see there's a little spot here on the bottom to just kind of slide this little area right here into it. And then once you slide it in, it stands really nicely and quite sturdy for the most part. You can see it wobbles a little bit, but it honestly doesn't feel like it's going to fall off or anything like that. As far as a size goes, for a height from the ground to the top of the Raptor, you are looking at about 10.5 inches, maybe even a little more, or about 27 centimeters, somewhere in that range. And for a width of the base, about 5 inches or 13 centimeters. You're not really going to get too much as far as a width on the Velociraptor itself. For a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Glovosaurus, and Robert Muldoon, next to our very nice Chronicle Collectibles Hatching Velociraptor egg, and you can see next to these figures that it overall is a really sizable piece, very impressive as far as the appearance to it goes with both the size, sculpt, and paintwork all combined. It's definitely the total package as far as this is concerned, and definitely the type of thing that I feel like would be a real head turner for anybody coming into your home. This is probably going to catch their attention pretty quick, especially since this is one of the most iconic scenes from Jurassic Park, I would say, with the raptor hatching, as it's one of the earliest scenes of dinosaurs that you actually get to see in the film. So I think the overall complete package is absolutely awesome in both size, sculpt, and paint department. So this Chronicle Collectibles Hatching Velociraptor egg is really, really cool. Definitely something I am really happy now to have in my collection. I don't have too many Chronicle pieces in my collection so far. I think the only ones that I have would be the Breakout Tyrannosaurus, the Compsognathus, the Velociraptor egg that I spoke of previously, and now this Velociraptor egg as well. So we're at 4, I believe, as far as my collection goes. And actually, this is all of them that I have now that I've reviewed, except for the Breakout T-Rex. So I should probably review that at some point in the future. But again, this one is definitely an absolutely gorgeous looking statue. The egg and the raptor itself look very lifelike. From a distance, when you actually have it kind of positioned up and set up and displayed, it really does look genuinely like the Velociraptor from Jurassic Park. The sculpt is spot on as far as looking like the raptor did in the film. So the sculpt, as far as both the detailing and just the overall appearance to it, is really well done and perfectly matches up to the Jurassic Park Hatching Velociraptor. The egg as well looks pretty much picture perfect to the way it looked in the film. As far as the sculpting goes, it really does have that perfect Jurassic Park look to the egg. And the base as well looks really cool as far as the sculpt goes, having a few cracks and everything within that kind of like concrete looking area. And then that beautiful Jurassic Park logo front and center there. The paint as well is quite nicely done. Of course, it doesn't look exactly as it did on the prototype, because almost nothing ever does, but I think it still looks really, really good, and probably about as good as you could ask for when it comes to something like this. So they did do a great job on the paintwork of this one specifically, and I think, again, the eyes are gorgeous as far as the way that they've applied that really beautiful decal. I also love the fact that they've kind of given it that sort of bloody, yolky appearance like you do see in the film, and they've captured that quite nicely as well overall on the body. And one of my favorite aspects of the release is the fact that they've given it a beautiful gloss coat, really insinuating that kind of wet look that the dinosaur had in the film, but also generally a dinosaur would have hatching in real life. So the entire package, the total package, is beautiful and a really nice release from Chronicle Collectibles for sure. Definitely something that I can recommend any Jurassic Park fan picking up, because it's something that probably isn't going to last long, as I don't believe the limited edition number was very high, and is also something that is just a great addition to any Jurassic Park collection. So if you would like to purchase this, I will do my best to find a link. I don't know for sure if it is still available on Sideshow or not, but I will check. Otherwise, I can try to link you to anywhere that I can find that is still selling this. I do want to say one last huge thank you to Todd again for cutting me a really good deal on this and selling it to me. Again, check the description. Make sure you pick this up if it's something you are interested in before it disappears and goes extinct forever. And make sure you also like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.